Welcome to the garden tour for April 6th, 2023. Starting off, we have my Violet Jasper tomatoes, which have surprised me, considering that they had 100% germination. The seeds were a couple of years old, which made them so surprising. Well, coming over here, my lily tomatoes aren't doing quite as well. Actually, I need a little bit of water right now. I'll do that in a bit. The single seed challenge still isn't doing too well. That's really not going to make it. If you have any suggestions what I can replace it with, put that in the comments. I had to add some water over here yesterday. It was pretty dried out. It's still pretty wilted, but it's doing better. One good thing about having the CISO spinach in a container like this, it usually is the first thing to wilt. It's a good indicator for needing to add more water to these trays. I had just recently fertilized my citrus tree here. You can see the leaves need a little bit of nitrogen, especially there. That's a good example. And you may have to excuse any of the construction work going around here. It's probably still a lot of work being done due to the hurricane from last year, as if you can hear it on the microphone. Still hoping to get some stuff out of my Black Beauty tomatoes here. They're developing tomatoes, but they're also kind of dying off due to the heat. And they keep getting attacked by bugs and stuff. I had a lot of squirrels coming in here too. Hey, Molly, you can take care of the squirrels for me? My lettuce is pretty much going to seed, so they've stopped working on putting their energy into the leaves, and they're working on the flowers now. The avocados are looking pretty good. Some nice new growth on that one. The watermelons look like they're doing pretty good. These are watermelons I got from Dollar Tree. Out of a pack of, I think, about 10, looks like I had about a 50% germination rate. Not bad. I would expect higher if I was going to be ordering it from someplace else. I believe these were, I can't remember exactly. Blackberries are doing pretty good, and they're actually starting to go to fruit right here. There's another flower right there. Doesn't look like it's fully opened. The chickens are still unsure of the doggo, though she seems to be doing pretty decent. She's kind of ignoring them, which is good behavior here to see. Very calm behavior with the chickens. That's good. Everything here has pretty much gone to seed, except for the Ethiopian kale. I'll be replacing stuff in here mostly with tomatoes, as you can see down there. And I need to weed some in throughout here. My radishes have gone into seed. They'll be about ready to drop up pretty soon, I think. Once I harvest the seeds from here, I'll replace everything with peanuts. My Katuka over here was looking a little touch and go for a while. I'm gonna have to prune it up some to get rid of some of this dead stuff. But as you can see, the lower stuff is starting to come back. So I might be able to salvage this thing. Maybe this will be my project for the day, of pruning this. Now I have another reason to keep this dog funnel growing in my yard. Seems apparently it keeps fleas away. Wouldn't that help? My container pineapple is doing pretty good. It's starting to sprout in the center here, so it's probably rooted by now. The Mitsuba over here is going to flower. And I've got the Katuk that's doing pretty good in here. The Mitsuba in here is doing pretty good. It looks like something was eating the Ciso spinach I put in here. You see how that looks. Again, the Mitsuba in here is popped back. So, seeing as this thing I think is related to parsley, I'm not sure how safe it would be for this one to touch, seeing as I read parsley isn't good for dogs to get into. I'll have to be careful about that. Not sure if I should try and harvest up the rest of the ginger I have in here, or should see if it will sprout again. I might just harvest it and then try and get cuttings from it. My volunteer sweet potatoes have cropped up here, have a nice flower on them. I always like the look of the flowers on these sweet potatoes. Over here, I'm going to work on putting up a trellis and grow some yard-long beans. I probably won't use that. I was considering it, but it's a little bit too short. I have some chicken wire over there I can use instead. I didn't really want to cut it, but it's too long. That's too short, so I have to make sacrifices somewhere. Basically, the idea is I'll just weave this in between the mesh and just stick it into the ground. I guess we'll end this with a shot of the corn. You can see the flower is there. We'll pollinate each other, and hopefully I get some corn.